Searching for a romantic summer getaway? Escape with Rich Girl Summer, the new Audible original from Lily Chu. The exquisitely talented Philippa Sue, returning to narrate her 5th Lily Chu title. This time, Philippa is joined by her real-life husband, Stephen Pasquale. Set in Toronto's wealthy cottage country, aka the Hamptons of Canada, Rich Girl Summer follows the story of Valerie, a down-on-her-luck event planner posing as a socialite's long-lost daughter, while piecing together the secrets surrounding a mysterious family and falling deeper and deeper in love with the impossibly hard-to-read and infuriatingly handsome family assistant, Nico. Caught between pretending to belong and unexpectedly finding where she truly fits in, Valerie learns her summer is about to get far more complicated than she ever planned. She's in over her head and head over heels. Listen to Rich Girl Summer now on Audible. Go to audible.com/richgirlsummer.
Lindy's surprise micro segment. No, it doesn't have a theme song yet. Listeners?
Well, actually it does. Hang on, because last time that this happened, we realized that it does have one. Hang on.
Yes.
Casey, Jesus Christ. I was reading something in the media board and thinking of your name, and it came out the wrong name.
Well, now I'm going to cry.
Me too, actually. This is worse than when I said breast friend. We did it, Lindy. It's Text Me Back podcast, and we're making another episode.
Meagan, here we are. Hello, welcome to episode. I'm Lindy West.
And I'm Meagan. Mm-hmm.
This episode is already long, and so we can't do a long intro, okay?
No, we can't. Yeah.
But can I just
for
quickly
the record,
tell you,
I'm never the one doing that.
What?
But please continue.
I don't know. Whatever you got to tell yourself, sister, mamacita.
Mamacita.
But listen, I woke up this morning to 2 more shrews.
Oh,
in the shrew traps.
Yeah.
And then so that brings us to 8 shrews over the last 2 weeks. And
a lot of shrews, mamacita.
Shrews. And so then Ahame Filet did a little research, and the internet apparently immediately, when you Google shrew, immediately coughed up the intel that shrews have a tenacious homing instinct, and if you really want to get rid of a shrew, you have to drop it off at least a mile from your house.
Oh shit. So maybe they are all coming back inside.
So here's the question.
Or their nest is still in your house and they're trying to get back there?
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is the only home they know.
Yeah. You're their mommy.
I'm their mommy.
You're their mamacita.
I'm their mamacita. And so, but the question now is, if the shrews tenaciously run home Jack after they're put outside.
Run home Jack.
The question now is it 8 shrews or is it one shrew?
Is it one guy who's obsessed with you?
Right. And I don't know.
You have to get one of those humane tags and put it around his little foot.
I'm considering just doing a little dab of nail polish on its tail.
Some of that just non-toxic nail polish that sucks as nail polish, but is good as an animal marker.
As you know, I wasted my money on several bottles of that.
Yes, you did.
It looked horrible. So
you texted me and said, why do you think it's doing that? And I said, not enough chemicals. Not even close to enough chemicals in that bad boy.
I have never seen nails that looked like as much like shit as my nails.
It looked straight heinous. Yes,
it looks straight heinous. So now new mystery is, do we have 8 shrews or do we have 1 shrew? And I was like, that's weird, Aham, because I also researched shrews and I didn't see that information. And then he said, did you Google how to get more shrews? How to increase number of shrews? Because I Googled how to get rid of shrews.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that's not what I Googled. I just Googled shrew.
I just was reading its whole taxonomy. It's fine.
Then Aham said, now we got to call the exterminator. And I said, no, not now that I've seen that little wiggly snoot come out of the hole.
held my son in my hands
8 times. So I'm gonna drive the shrew a mile away. Next time I catch a shrew, we're going on a road trip, baby.
We're going road trip. Well, that's lovely. And people wrote in with some potential names for the shrew. Rift. Well, we said somebody wrote in just to say, it should be named Tom Cruise, which we talked about. I don't even know. By the way, this week is one of the top pre-taped call-in shows of our lives, which I'll talk about in just a second. And then somebody wrote in to say, what about Tom Shrews, which was very good. Perfect. And then you were like, what did you say?
I said Alan Shrudick because in my head canon, I remembered him being in the first movie and getting squished by the elevator, but it was not him.
I said Shrew-Emilio Estevez. So let us know.
And then I said
Shrew-Emilio Estevol.
Okay, or Emilio Pestevez. Sound
off in the comments. Let us know which one you like.
Honestly, we need 8 names now. So we're
taking them all. We're actually not voting. We need 7 more names.
Oh, yeah. Pre-tape Colin show. I hesitated to even bring up the shrew count because I couldn't remember if this
idea
airs.
At this point, I have no idea where we are in space and time. Just to pull back the curtain once again, we are recording this episode on Friday, August 8th, but you are not hearing it until Thursday, August 21st. In between, we have a different episode that we recorded in our timeline. We recorded it yesterday, but you're not hearing it until August 14th. And at this point, if you wanted to talk about senior citizens, you should have called in 3 weeks ago because I have no idea what's going on. I don't know where you all, the listeners, are in space and time vis-a-vis the shrew count.
Yep.
Or what is going on, but that's what we're doing. And also, to make things even worse, we've already recorded the segment with our guest. And we're recording this after.
Yeah.
So, every time we do this, I want to do a callback to something that we talked about with the guest, but I can't do that because you haven't heard it yet.
I already did it in this intro.
You did?
I can't remember what it was, but when I said it, I said, oh wait, we haven't said that yet.
Okay. Well, write in and let us know what that was.
Yep.
Anyway, it's a rough one. But here's the good news. This episode is so good and so funny and so cute. We don't often have guests, but you've been just full of guests for the last 3 weeks or so. And this guest, Kelsey McKinney, you know her and love her from Normal Gossip. Her book, You Didn't Hear This From Me. She writes and is a co-founder at Defector, which is a sensational website that you should all support since our media landscape is burnt and dead. She is such an angel from heaven. We had such a fun time talking to her. So we hope you enjoyed this chit chat with her and pray on Lindy's shrew situation and let us know what we should name the shrews. Is there a Kelsey McKinney shrew pun we could make? Let's not force it. Kelsey Volsey McKinn shrew. No. Also, at one point in this interview, I accidentally called Kelsey Casey. And I just really hope you enjoy that because I was humiliated.
This is one of our funniest episodes ever. We are
so
crazy in this episode, so I hope you like it.
Yeah, and for all you freaks who are like, I wish Dex Be Back podcast was 17,000 hours long. Enjoy. Coming at ya.
With so many options, why choose Arizona State University?
For me, the only online option was ASU because of the quality. Their faculty was really involved with their students and care about your personal journey. The dedication to my personal development from my professors, that's been extremely valuable to me.
Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online. That's a degree better. Explore more than 350 plus undergraduate, graduate, and certificate programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
Megan doesn't like to make accidents.
I don't like to make I hate a blooper, girls.
So
I
you
hate a
don't
blooper.
want to be best friends with me.
Well, now I do, because the way you said it, the way you asked was so nice. Okay, here we are again. Text Me Back podcast. By the way, a show famous for not having any guests, and yet here we are neck deep in guests. All for you. All for our listeners, our beloved Text Me Back lights. And we're very excited about this guest. She really needs no introduction, and yet podcast law dictates I must introduce her. She is a New York Times and USA Today best-selling reporter and writer who lives in Philadelphia, a beloved daughter of Philadelphia, if I do say so myself. She is formerly the host and writer for the podcast Normal Gossip, one of the greatest experiences I think Lindy and I ever had on somebody else's podcast. I still hear about it all the time. She's also the writer of a book called You Didn't Hear This From Me, which you should purchase immediately. She is, of course, Kelsey McKinney. Welcome.
Hello, Megan and Lindy. Thank you for having me.
Oh my God. You are slumming on Text Me Back podcast. Thank you so much for being here.
I'm thrilled to be here.
We're so excited.
Megan, don't give it away if they don't know
Okay,
yet.
I'm out of here. Bye.
Oh, wow. You're not in the top 250? I'm off to Rogan, bitches. Oh, you're not popular enough to sell Gorilla Dust yet?
Sorry, let me call up Alex Cooper. I'm busy.
Sorry. Anyway, welcome to Text Me Back.
I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
You're
my
recently retired from your podcast. How's that been
know.
going?
It's been going good in
Yeah.
that I don't have to write a script every week anymore,
Yes.
which was sending me into a psychosis,
Correct.
perhaps,
Yes.
where
Yeah.
my brain was just full of gossip and I couldn't function anymore.
Yeah.
So that's good. My brain has returned for more. I do miss talking into the mic because having a podcast is so fulfilling in that you just say stupid shit and then people are like, that's so funny. And you're like, oh my God, thank you.
Oh my God, I'm
love
obsessed
it.
with you.
Yeah. So I miss the affirmation. So I'm thrilled to be here.
Yeah, well, you should think about having a podcast with no structure whatsoever.
Yeah.
Where
You
just
guys have
say,
structure.
Well, kind
What do
of.
you call your segments?
Well,
Yeah. So, yes, we technically have segments. Now, do we write the segments down on a piece of paper before we hit record?
no, girl.
Absolutely not.
No.
Sometimes literally a thing that will happen is 5 minutes before we're going to start recording, I will go to googlenews.com and I will type
the famous website.
GoogleNews.com.
The famous news website.
and I will type in snake and then see what comes up. And then I'll pretend like that was a segment I planned.
We technically do have
kill me.
we do technically have a production meeting on Monday where we're like, what should we talk about this week? Not a one time have we figured it out. And then usually Thursday, which is a normal day we record, 10 minutes before we record, Lindy will text me and be like, what about this? Oh, at last minute, I have something I want to talk about. It's to do with a pair of old underwear I found in the woods.
Yeah.
And I'll be like,
Incredible.
okay.
This is honestly
Sensational.
making me feel a lot better about yesterday. I want to clue the listeners in that I am a Virgo and I'm a psycho. So I'm like, my Google Calendar is my life. She's my queen. That's my religion. If it's not on there, I don't know about
She
it.
doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist to me. My friends are like, do you want to come to my party? I sent you a Google invite. And I'm like, great. Thank you so much. That's what I crave. But yesterday I did not have a Google invite on my calendar. And so I missed our recording and Lindy texted me Riverside Tonight Queen. And I was like, fuck.
I believe she called you Mamacita. And then I said, well, that's why she's not coming to the recording because you called her fucking Mamacita, man.
Mom to what? A dog?
It's so fine because a part of the ethos of this podcast is that we love not having to work.
It's
And
amazing.
so I started salivating as soon as it was 4 minutes after and you hadn't logged on. I was like,
Bless up.
You were immediately like, it's fine. I'm going to go back to bed. And I was like, okay, then I feel better.
No, you should never feel bad about ghosting Text Me Back.
no. Also, as a person, I live a life of chaos and guilt and apology. I am always just like forgetting to put something on my calendar, barely dodging a bullet. I'm constantly whack-a-moling that brain problem, and then like constantly apologizing and begging for forgiveness for forgetting stuff. And so like when I have the opportunity to extend grace to someone else who has forgotten something,
you're like, oh no.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
It's just like I have no right to be mad.
No,
if
you
someone,
don't.
Yeah, like so it's like this is my karmic duty.
Yeah, it's fine.
You could have not showed up today, and the next 5 times we rescheduled, and I would have been like, "That's fair. That's
fine.
right.
That's fair. I
It's a
deserve
7-strike program.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Might be
Yeah.
15. We don't really
Although
know.
to be clear, I am working on it, and I'm doing a lot better.
You
And
are. She does have a calendar now, which is
I'm
really
proud of you.
exciting. Yeah.
Thanks.
Kelsey, can I ask you a question?
Uh-oh.
No, I'm just thinking about being retired from podcast, and you were saying that it was difficult because your brain was full of gossip and you had to write your script all the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think Lindy and I fall into this, and it's not in a way where I think this is harming me in any way, but I spend a lot of time thinking about when things happen to me. I think, oh, I should talk about this on my podcast, and it does like kind of influence how I interact with things in my life. And I am just curious if in your retirement, gossip has become more of a joy for you, or do you still catch yourself being like, "Ooh, that would be good"? For
Yeah,
the podcast?
it's funny because when I was hosting the podcast and it was like it had gotten pretty big, I would interact with people who listened to it and they would always be like, "You cannot use this for the podcast," and I would be like 90% positive this will not be good enough to
There's
go on the
no
podcast.
way the story is any
But I
good.
would be like,
Yeah.
yes, tell me. And so I was actually having like a great experience of consuming a lot of gossip that I then could not use.
Yeah.
So that was frustrating in its own way because I was like, sometimes I would be like, that's great. And I want that. And they would be like, no, you can't have it. And so I was just like in a constant state of stress because I was like, did I hear this from someone? Where did I get this? Right?
Yeah.
Like, where did this piece of information that's in my brain come from? And do I have permission to use it? And so I would have to like discard stuff. Whereas now I don't have to think about that at all. I'm just like, hello, give it to me.
I'm ready.
I love it.
I am a vessel. for
Fire
your
hose
gossip.
to the face. Delicious.
Yeah, I feel like I just like in the last 2 years learned how to enjoy watching a movie again after being a film critic.
Yeah.
When I had to do it full time, which was like 2007 to 2012, where you're just watching like 8 movies a week and you're forced to watch them, it sucked and I hated it. And then I was like, I'm never watching one again. And you know what? While I'm at it, I'm not reading a book ever again. And I
I check out of life if that's cool with you guys.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna watch Antiques Roadshow, and that's it
That's
for
how
me.
I feel. I mean, I haven't experienced that yet because the thing that consumes my waking life is politics, and I still do that for a day job. I would love to get to the point where
You're so brave.
I am one of God's strongest warriors. It's so true. But I would love to get to the point where I'm not like actively working on the Supreme Court, and then I can just sort of hate for fun instead of like for money.
Professionally.
You know? Yeah, professionally hate the Supreme Court. I mean, it's nice to get paid for that, but it's also like everything that happens, I have to be thinking about how that's going to affect my work. It's like I can't even really experience Supreme Court opinions about how they affect me as a person because I have to spend all day thinking about how am I going to respond to the Supreme Court overturning abortion instead of how do I feel about this as a human woman who's, you know what I mean?
I was gonna say you also have to maintain some level of like decorum. Except on this podcast, you regularly call John Roberts a rotted bitch.
Yeah,
I mean, but where's the line?
Is that
the
wrong?
thing is, you can't be in trouble for slander if what you said is true.
It's so true. And he's a public figure. I am not being malicious. I'm just stating.
You're just stating facts. Mm-hmm.
And even his mom, I think, would agree with me. So.
Don't they have to prove also that you're trying to like impact their career? Because you are trying to impact his career.
I am trying to get him fired.
Uh-oh.
But
not by lying. Not by lying.
Not by lying. I think you're still allowed to do it. I don't know, Kelsey,
you have to
you're a real journalist.
It's a really bad time in the country for First Amendment rights.
It is.
So
it's funny because they used to say they cared about it a lot, and now, as it turns out, maybe not so much.
It's hard to have freedom of the press when you have no press.
Yeah,
it really makes you think.
Speaking of which, I forgot to say this in your bio, but you are What is the word? Is it
Co-owner.
Co-owner of Defector, which is a sensational independent media website
Thank you.
that people should check out and support if you can, because it's a real disaster out there.
Yeah. Blogs are important,
Yeah.
I think.
I think so too.
I subscribe.
Thank you, Lindy.
And I didn't even know there was some juicy article I wanted to read.
Ooh.
This was a while ago. And I was like, what's this website? I don't know what this is. But I was like, I gotta read this article. And so I subscribed. And then I was like, this website rocks. And then
Well,
I
you
was
better
like,
figure out what that article is. I want to take it back to our growth committee.
I wonder how I could figure it out. You know what? I can look at my email, find out the date that I subscribed, look at what was out that week, and I will tell you, because I'll definitely recognize it when I see it. Okay.
And then I'll take it to the committee and I'll say, we need more of these.
We need more of these juicies.
Hurry.
Yeah. This article was written by Lindy West. And
That's crazy.
we paid her $5,000 plus full benefits.
We do pay well.
That's
That's
what
what it's worth.
I read your annual report. I thought it was so interesting. I was like, oh wow, yeah. If you have one employee in a state, you can get health insurance off on their market. Fascinating.
Yeah. It's really crazy because I think when you're a writer and that's like primarily your job, all you think about is like headline story, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you're like, what's my little story? What am I going to do? And it was such a transition. I am always joking that I'm in the Jasper Wang decelerated MBA program, that it's just like the slowest MBA a person could possibly get. And I'm in year 5 and I'm hoping to get out in 10 years, right? Like it's like, that's my dream. But it's like, I've had to learn about all sorts of stuff. Like I had to learn how to read a P&L. I was like, this is terrible. I don't want to know what P&L means. This is not my business. But unfortunately, it's quite literally my business.
Lindy, is there a spider in your office? You appear distracted.
No, I I didn't know what any of the words meant. And
she
went to another place.
And she went away.
See, and that's what happened to all of us for the first 3 years.
I couldn't define a single business word.
We created an LLC for this podcast just as a way to get paid and protect ourselves, etc. We quote
create,
unquote, yes, two co-equal owners
This is before I began working at this company. My only understanding of business at large was that I have an accountant. His name is Rich, and he lives in Las Vegas.
That's what you want.
And sometimes I call him and say, "Is this good?" And he says, "Do double." And I'm like, "Great." Okay. And that was it. I was like, Rich tells me to be a corporation. Rich does my taxes. I don't know what else is going on. Nothing else is my business.
I should get Rich's contact info.
He's crazy, but he's great.
That's a little bit of like, what do they say? Nominative determinism. Your name is Rich. You're in Las Vegas. You got to get into finance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You have to do accounting for artists.
Did he get his accounting degree at Hogwarts?
I have never asked to see any licensing for this man, so I can't speak to it.
I don't think that's important at all.
You know, because at Hogwarts, everyone has their name is like their job.
Sprout. Yeah.
To be honest, I forgot everything about the Harry Potter movies despite seeing them all as a child.
We're on our way to doing the same.
Speaking of a rotted bitch, like that lady fucking sucks.
Okay.
Can you imagine just being, I mean, I know this is a cliche, but just being beloved beyond measure, just globally beloved. And then you say, never
Can you
mind.
imagine owning a yacht and then logging on?
Can you
anything?
imagine?
Like,
if I had $500,000, you would never hear from me again. Let alone $1 billion. Like, why would I be online?
It's not even like she has a newsletter or something. She's on X.com.
I know.
Ma'am?
Being transphobic on X.com.
Can you imagine?
Everyone's like, if I win the lottery, I wouldn't tell anyone, but there would be signs.
Yeah.
I'm like, there would be no sign for me because I would be gone.
The sign is that I'm gone.
Me again.
That's your sign, is that I have disappeared.
I mean, the only reason I'm even on Instagram is so that I can beg 8 people to read my fucking newsletter. Like,
yeah, the only reason any of us have socials is to be like, please, my work. I know, please.
It doesn't.
My family is dying.
Yeah, please, I'm trying to eat.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we have a couple of segments that are really important,
which we planned out way in advance.
Incredible.
Not 10 minutes beforehand.
I believe you.
I believe
women.
Thank you. Thank you, ally.
You're welcome.
Should we start with, I think, what may be the most important recurring segment that we do? It's called, Did Lindy Wash These Guys?
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's a pressing question about whether or not Lindy washed her bangs. But I would like to invite you, Kelsey, as a fellow bang haver, to participate. But shall we start with Lindy? Lindy, did Lindy wash these guys?
Nope.
Oh, damn.
Nope.
For what it's
Nope.
worth, you can't really tell.
Yeah, they're not that bad. I washed
They look
them.
pretty good.
Thank you. I washed them actually day before yesterday, but at night.
Not bad.
Oh, that's
Not bad.
really recently, in my opinion.
Me too.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. But yeah, not today and not yesterday.
Close enough. Kelsey, we turn it over to you. Did Kelsey wash these guys?
Thank you for asking. Part of the reason I could not join our Riverside yesterday at 3 p.m. was that I did not remember the last time I had washed my hair. And I was pretty sure that you guys recorded video. Did I wash all of my hair? No, but
Not
I did
important.
wash these guys in the sink, which counts.
Incredible. They look really, really good.
Thank you.
I
washed them.
I do not have bangs, but I have a sort of like shorter part in the front.
Did you wash that guy?
I did not wash this guy, but I also have curly hair privilege, which means I very rarely have to wash my hair.
That's a blessing.
Sorry, girls. Yeah.
I have so many questions about hair.
I know.
Like
I can't wait to see where this goes.
Kelsey was legitimately shocked at that sentence.
I'm
You said,
excited.
I have so many questions about hair. And she went,
I want to know what they are.
Well, okay. So if I go many, many days without washing my hair, it's not merely an aesthetic problem. My head becomes itchy and rancid,
yeah.
and I feel bad, and I feel diseased, and I feel wet and hot. And I think, is that because a white woman's thin, sad hair, it just is already soaked in oil. It absorbs nothing.
Yeah.
Your beautiful curls, like if your body produces beautiful hair oils, they just make the curls healthier and more powerful.
That's correct. I mean, I'm not a hair scientist.
Yeah.
But I think your hair is thinner. The oils become more prominent, you know? But
Yeah.
also, my hair is more susceptible to like humidity and heat. And so actually the oil kind of helps it not get too frizzy, you know? Which is why I don't use like a ton of product. But if you have finer, thinner hair, it becomes more obvious. By the way, this is also why white people do not need to put their hair in protective styles. So stop braiding it. You look insane. You
Okay,
look
I do
like-
have to braid mine at night though, because otherwise it
that's a
chokes
different-
me.
It's a different situation.
What if I die in the night because you told me not to put it in a protective style? Did you think about that?
By protective
It's
styles,
just
I mean like, you know. So there's a subreddit called Braids and Braids.
Oh, I'm thrilled. Okay, great. What's happening on the
r/braids? Braids. And what happens on r/braids is they have a specific rule for the forum that white people are allowed to post their hair in cornrows and nobody can call them culturally appropriators. I hate this subreddit so
Interesting rule.
much
Okay.
because every single white person in that subreddit looks like an abandoned doll. Like they all look fucking
Not Megan.
insane. They all look insane. Yeah, they look like the android M3gan. That Megan, who by the way is in
Thank
my
you for
top 5.
understanding.
Yes, she's in my top 5 Megans. Megan the Stallion is number 1, but she's in the top 5 for sure.
Mathregan.
But they all look crazy. So when I say protective hairstyles, I mean like, you know, cornrows, those sorts of braids that are typically culturally associated with the Black community. And white people are insistent. Some white people are insistent that it's okay because the Vikings also braided their hair. And I would like to just stop you right there and tell you to stop doing it. Stop doing that. Not you, Kelsey. What you're talking about is something else.
No, but it's so funny that what you're talking about is a different kind of protective styling, which is protecting yourself from being strangled by your own hair.
Yeah. The thing is, I had short hair my whole life because my hair was really fine and really thin. And it turns out that happens when you are undernourished because you are eating garbage all the time. And so some combination of me learning to eat real foods and turning 30 made my hair thick. It's unclear why. It's still fine, but there's a lot of it.
Yeah.
And so I was like, great, now I can have long hair because I always had really short hair because I wanted it to look fuller. And I didn't know about this, which is a hazard of having long hair, is that it might strangle you.
Did you get scurvy?
No.
Okay.
No, that would be
interested
really
in that.
exciting if
I
I
know.
had, though.
Keep us posted.
I have a tremendous amount of very fine, very thick hair.
Mhm.
So it's like pathetic and weak. But there's each
But there's a
strand
lot of it.
is very thin, but there's so much of it.
Yeah.
Do you
And-
also have the problem where you get a huge knot at the base of your neck because your hair's so fine?
Yeah, well, not now because I cut it all off except for 2 rat tails.
They can't not.
It can't quite touch. It's a real sad like Romeo and Juliet situation. But they can't be together. But yeah,
Sad.
but I just always wonder, like, why is my head so gross? And because for me, washing my hair is as much about washing my head, you know.
Mhm.
And I feel like I have a singularly gross head, and
You gotta get a clarifying like scalp treatment or something.
Ooh. Yeah,
What's
clarifying
that?
shampoos are really good.
They're good.
Can you clarify what that means?
Yeah, it's just like, also I've heard of some people using glycolic acid on their scalp to help sort of like refresh the skin.
I'm not a
Something's-
chemist.
I know, but I am scared at the thought of putting acid in
Acid?
my hair, but I guess it's fine. I guess people do it. I don't know.
Okay, I have so many questions about acid also.
I don't know.
I feel like as children we were taught to fear acid, and now it's like put this
Oh.
acid on your face.
They're saying throw
For your
acid in your
health.
face. That's what you're saying.
All right,
I was
none
like-
of this is on the agenda.
No, sorry.
Yeah,
we have
you
another segment.
I thought this was important, but okay, let's move on. Fine, I'll just throw acid on my face and not ask any questions about it. That's just fine.
Do we just not have acid rain anymore? When did
Well,
the
no,
rain?
they say it's coming back because
No.
we did
Ooh,
bad.
Good for
I
her.
know. We love a comeback queen.
Yeah, trends go in 25-year cycles.
Yeah, that's what they
so,
say.
makes
But they
sense.
say we're doing so bad at environmentalism that it's potentially coming back. So sorry. Yeah.
Well,
But we did get rid of it for a while because we were like, oh, we should stop selling hairspray. Oh, that was the ozone. Stop selling hairspray.
that was the
with
ozone.
the stuff. Yeah.
The ozone.
Remember her?
Is she coming
No.
back? Or is it
The
just the
ozone-
acid rain?
She's back.
She's
The
back,
ozone's
baby.
back.
Because we said no more CFCs.
No, but
I-
is the whole coming back?
No.
I don't know if the whole is coming. We'll have to ask Australia. They're the ones suffering the consequences.
We can't call them there asleep.
Hello.
Oi!
Nar.
No, not the ozone.
That's not a howl. This is a howl.
What the hell?
That's pretty good. That's
Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a text me back guarantee.
Segment number 2, or is it 3? Who can
could
say? Lindy's surprise micro segment. No, it doesn't have a theme song yet.
Not
Listener?
yet.
Aw.
Listeners?
Well, actually it does. Hang on, because last time that this happened, we
Oh, that's
realized
right.
that it does
That's right,
have
it
one.
does.
Hang on.
Yes.
Casey, Casey, Jesus Christ. I was reading something in the media board and thinking of your name, and it came out the wrong name.
Well, now I'm going to cry.
Me too, actually. This is worse than when I said breast friends. Hang on. Where is it this?
Crazy lady living in a bag.
There it is. It's Crazy Lady living in a bag. Come on, Lindy. Hit him with the surprise micro segment.
Okay.
Crazy lady living in a bag.
Okay.
So a long time ago in the Text Me Back lore, Meagan introduced a theory that a conspiracy theory that the US government is running a psyop to create division between millennials and Gen Z by creating cringe content on both sides targeted at each other to try to drive a wedge.
Yeah, I want to be clear that I fully believe that's
Thank you.
theory.
Because who really cares about skinny jeans in this day and age? Only the CIA would do something so nefarious as to
Yes.
put us in some sort of war over pants.
So yes, and so I don't want to be complicit in the psyop. However, I have a bone to pick with the Gen Z.
Mhm.
Lindy, are you being paid by the CIA?
No.
Answer the question.
No. I wish. No. If I was, you know what I'd buy?
What?
ATV.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
CIA, if you're listening, give us a call, 703-829-0003.
What the fuck is going on? Why?
Uh-oh.
What's it called when like an evil corporation creates a problem that didn't exist before so they can sell you a solution.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever. Manufactured, whatever.
Yeah.
Because Gen Z has done that with a little something I like to call making a heart with your hands.
Oh, yeah.
What is this? What is this?
That one's outdated now. People are doing this now.
Yeah, to make the heart.
God.
Well, it's so hard.
But
by
they're
the way,
still
for
doing
people,
this.
For people listening audially, there are we're
audio
making
medium.
3 different types of hearts. There's the classic, like all fingers involved with the
Easy.
thumbs at the bottom.
Intuitive.
Then
natural.
there's the Gen Z one where they stick down the middle fingers.
Middle fingers straight.
Curl the pointer finger. Yeah.
Like-
and then that makes a heart. And it gives you immediate arthritis if you try.
But then there's also
And then
this
there's
one.
The third one, which is like your thumb and your finger kind of split apart so that your 2 little fingers make a heart. But mine looks
Your
crazy.
nails
Yours
are
is
throwing
scary.
it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, okay, the 2 little finger hearts, for some reason that doesn't bother me as much.
I like
these. As the
Well,
shrimp.
that's easy. That's
It's
not
easy.
you contorting your
This
fingers into some sort of Cirque du Soleil fucking shit.
It looks like 2 shrimp kissing.
Yes, Kelsey's making her shrimp kiss.
It's like, yeah, it's 2 shrimp kissing, and meanwhile they have 2 long boners that are touching right at the tip.
Ew.
Because they're so horny for. And I feel like, why do we need this? Why do we need this? Why it's so hard to do?
They're just overcomplicating something that we already had solved. You know what I mean?
We had already solved it. I think I'm the first person to point this out. I'm very upset. I don't understand why you want to take something perfectly functional, easy. Oh, are you? Sorry. Does the iPhone company have to make a new emoji now because we have one for the regular heart? They have to make a shrimp heart on
A shrimp dick heart.
a shrimp erection heart.
I don't like that.
I don't like it, and they act like it's always been this way. You know what I mean?
I do feel like sometimes the younger generation because of their desire and their biological imperative to individuate from their elders, it's just overcomplicating stuff. You know what I mean? Because like they are inventing words for stuff we already have words for. They love, by the way, acronyms. The youth in a way that turns me into a 90-year-old British man screaming about the integrity of the language. You know what I mean? It was like,
what's
like
your least favorite acronym?
That's got to be PMO, which stands for piss me off. We already have one for that. It's just PO'd. It's a lot shorter. You know?
Yeah.
PO. You can drop one letter even. But now they're that PMO FR for real. RN
There's
right now.
so many of these though. Things are changing rapidly.
I know.
I watch a lot of Love Island because I have clinical depression.
Same.
And the thing about Love Island is you learn things that you never knew existed. Like one of the things I learned is that people are clapping with just 2 fingers now.
Yes,
they're just putting their fingers together, which I think is actually a sign language derivative. But I was like,
interesting. I've seen it in ballroom, like when Legendary, the judges would always do the little finger taps to be like, I love this.
But
Good
stuff
job.
like that, I agree with because I'm like, that's easy for me to do. My problem with the iteration of the heart with the middle fingers is that it's hard to make it look good.
Yeah.
Whereas like the little finger hearts where it's just the finger and the thumb, I like those. Easy.
That's cute.
I accept this iteration of the culture because it is fun.
It's easy. If you're going to make, by the way, I didn't know what they were doing at first. So at first I was trying to do the middle finger curls and I was like, is it supposed to be so shaky? How do they do this?
Wait, what isn't it? Wait, no, I forgot
you
how to
had
do
it right, Lindy.
No, you had it right. It was pointer fingers and
Right.
curl.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
And the middle fingers are the shrimp tail or dick,
That's right.
if you will. Yeah.
The dick.
I just feel like they're just, and crash out is another one Lindy and I have talked about. There's already
people
a word
are
for that.
crashing out
People
everywhere.
are crashing out left and right. I'm not as mad about that one. It's like, okay, it is the word crash is fun to say.
It is fun. That's
But
true.
but like, did you guys invent that? You know what I mean? Like, I guess you put the 2 words together. But like,
what is language if not pushing
that's
2
true.
words together?
I also have been watching a lot of Love Island. I'm on episode.
Because you also have clinical depression.
Absolutely.
So,
You bet your bottom dollar.
that's our culture.
Fine hair.
The culture of clinical depression is not washing your hair and watching Love Island.
So like I was actually case in point, I got up this morning, made myself a graham cracker, and then I sat down. And then
No,
Not made myself
I think it's in the DSM-5 if your
One
patient says,
graham
I made
cracker.
myself a graham cracker, immediate Lexapro. I think it's in the book.
I sat down and watched 45 minutes to an hour of Love Island before I was like, I gotta go. I gotta do this can't be, I can't sit in the darkest, smallest room of my house at 9 a.m. and start
No.
Love Island with a graham cracker.
A singular graham cracker.
But man, I didn't intend to do a Love Island macro segment, but I just want to say a couple things. One, there's something about the show that I love. I find it to be not dark and evil the way that Love Is Blind makes me feel.
Yeah, Love Is
I feel
Blind.
like
Ow.
yeah, like I don't feel sick and guilty for watching it. I feel like there's no villains. I'm just sort of rooting for all these idiots. I love them. And but they do, a thing that bothers me is that they do just say the same 8 phrases over and over.
Yeah.
And that's all it is it's just like, damn, that kiss had me feeling some type of way. Yeah. I'm in my feelings for sure.
Meanwhile, Lindy's eating her one graham cracker like, hell yeah.
I'm like, graham cracker type shit.
I'm on that graham cracker type shit.
Wait, I do have a theory about the hearts. If we
Okay.
can go back to the hearts.
Oh, good.
For one
Please.
second.
Yes.
Okay, so stay with me because I'm thinking as I go. But I went to undergrad at the University of Texas. And at the University of Texas, you do like a hook 'em horns with your hand.
Yes. Yeah.
And this is incredibly helpful for taking photos because you have to hold your arm out with your little hook 'em up in all your photos. And that looks great. Everyone looks really good holding their arm like this, actually. It makes you look nice.
I gotta stop you. I'm intimidated by how cool you look right now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm
it
actually-
makes you look really cool. And also it makes your arm look nice. People like it. I wonder if like the shift from the heart that's round to the heart that's pointier is because your arms are out.
Oh,
So it's more photogenic.
Also,
Maybe.
the
This is
traditional
my
heart.
hypothesis.
The traditional heart showcases this big meat
Yeah,
pocket.
we don't need that.
No, you want the
Skinny hand.
You want the skinny hand.
Oh, she's skinny. A skinny legend. Skinny legend.
Also, if you
Yeah.
have nails, like look at Megan's nails. They look
I know
good
the
when she
nails
does
They look
that.
good. Oh my God! Did you just?
I figured it out.
Did you just shrimp heart pill me?
Oh,
Segment
she's
shifting.
skinny.
Listen, I don't believe in the CIA and I hate them. So
Yeah.
it's my job.
Oh my God! I feel changed.
I know we do. We need to find community with the Gen Zers so that we can, but that's why they do it. That's why they have us mad over ankle socks versus
You know what?
crew
I
socks.
was crashing out over that, but now it's
you were
got
in
me.
your feelings.
But now
heavy.
it's got me feeling some type of way,
Oh.
and I think that that's type shit. You know, they don't.
You're
real,
no
for real?
longer PMO'd.
They don't
No.
Do you know they don't put a word before type? They just say type shit now without a like a determinate nationing noun or
I
adjective.
love language.
It's beautiful.
I know the linguists hate to see a Gen Zer coming.
How's it going, fellow kids?
You know what? You know what used to bother me and now I love it?
What?
Is how they just have removed all context again, much like type shit. They just say aesthetic. And it doesn't have to refer to anything specific. It just means like
I love it.
It means like you tried, I think.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
and I love that.
I think our generation did that with random. Like we sort of chronically misused random, and now
Random's a curse.
Yeah. You have to be careful, though. I talk about this because I work with a lot of men, which was never true before I started working at a company that covers a lot of sports. And I had to tell them that there are studies that show when you start doing something ironically, your brain can't tell the difference between liking something for the irony and liking it because you actually like it. And I had to tell them this because they started dabbing. And I was like, you have to stop dabbing because your brain is going to think that you like it. And then you're not going to be dabbing ironically. You're just going to be dabbing in public. And they were like, that's not going to happen. And then guess what happened? now they're dabbing in public. So the problem is you have to be careful because it's like if you start saying maxing all the time and you're like, we're shrimp heart maxing, suddenly that is the way that you're speaking.
Yeah. Honestly, actually, though, that's one of the most sacred cycles of my life, and I love it, and I cherish
beautiful.
it.
I feel like it happens to me a lot. I guess we just cracked the code of how men keep getting red pilled into MAGA, because I think there is this sort of, I don't know how common
they're like,
this
haha, so funny.
Yeah, but there is this cycle of like very lefty men who, and Lindy and I are guilty of this to a degree too, are just like, man, Donald Trump is so funny, which he is.
Unfortunately, when he was on the roof the other day,
I
was laughing. I was hee hee ha ha at him up there on that roof.
Kelsey, unfortunately, I was hooting, I was hollering. It was a real problem.
Bad man.
But I think
it's unfortunate that bad people can be funny.
A lot of lefty men, nevertheless, get sort of annoyed by the more marginalized communities that are in our movement, you know? And they're just like, oh, that's so obnoxious. And then they become so annoyed and think Trump is so funny that all of a sudden it's not a bit anymore.
The irony pill gets them.
Irony pilled. And I think, it kind of happened with some women podcasts as well. It's not going to happen to Text Me Back podcast, but you never know.
No.
So that's why we have to keep a real tight
close eye.
We have consequences. When we laugh at Donald Trump, we do donate $5 to.
Okay.
Well, we were donating $5 to Kamala's campaign. Now we'll have to pick a new charity, I think.
Yeah.
So there is a consequence for laughing, which
it's called
keeps us honest.
It's the No Giggle Pledge if you'd like to join.
I'll join it, but unfortunately, I laugh so much. So actually, I'm just committing to giving to charity.
I will be bankrupt by the end of the year.
And you know what? God bless America.
When I used to work at a brick and mortar print newspaper, one of my dearest friends, for some reason at some point, and this would have been like 2009, 2010, she just started many times a day. She would say, what like
the Budweiser.
Like the Budweiser, and like we all caught it. And once you do it enough times, you start to love it. Mm-hmm. And I would encourage anyone to open their heart to I can't even actually do it.
This is why I have to like cruelly shut you down every time you do that Newman Jerry impression. If I don't stay vigilant, we're all ruined.
What up, Jerry?
You see, Kelsey, you see what I deal with? Terrible.
Unfortunately, I love it. I think it's good.
Unfortunately, Kelsey
Meagan
will be bringing "What's up, Jerry?"
to
the Defector Slack.
I live in the city of Philadelphia where bits rain.
That's right.
We'll talk more about Philly mascots later, but I feel like Philly kind of irony pilled themselves into loving Gritty in a sense.
Oh, yeah.
Where like everyone was like, oh, what the fuck is that mascot? And then Philly was like, how dare you? That is our beloved son.
Well, it's like I can talk shit about my friends, but you can't situation where it's like, oh, if you don't like him, then actually he's our king now. Yeah. And we're going to let him make the laws.
Yeah. He's the boss of the whole town.
Yeah.
So
Gritty's in charge.
Oh boy.
I thought you had to stop. I'm going to catch that.
Oh no, it's so bad. Before it gets too terrible. I know. So don't make eye contact with her when she does it. Okay, next segment.
The next segment was the working title was Travel Talk, but then Meagan came up with a great new title, which is called
Choo Choo, bitch. And can I say something? You want to know where that I feel like Kelsey low-key inspired the name of this segment, because Lindy and I were in New York for some truly delightful podcast festival, and we took the train down.
That's believable for sure.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And we took the train from New York back to DC, where I live, and we were choo-chooing through Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
And Lindy texted you to be like, we're taking a train through your town. And then
I texted
you
a picture of the skyline. No comment.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And then you responded with, hop off, bitch.
Yeah.
I just want you to know I think about that every day.
I was really hoping you guys would be like, we hopped off.
Honestly,
and I'd be like, cool.
With an invite like that, I can't believe we didn't with an invite like that. It was
you had places to be.
Did we? I don't even remember what we did.
We did not hop off, bitch.
This should really make you think about denying my requests in the future.
Yeah,
you should have hopped off, and then we could have
eaten
Italian food for dinner. It would have been fun.
I will never not hop off bitch ever again as long as I live.
Thank you.
But we're going to talk about choo-choo bitch because I understand, Kelsey, you're thinking about choo-chooing across this great nation.
The thing is, I love the train.
Yeah.
Because I live in the hallowed Acela corridor of America, where there are beautiful trains that arrive all the time and leave all the time. I'm addicted to the train. I'm like, oh, I want to go to New York for a party. I'll just take the train and then I'll take the midnight train home. And that'll be really fun for me.
It doesn't take that long to get to like a whole other city and state.
No, it's easy. You don't have to go through security. Everyone respects you and is respectful on the train. The conductors have cool hats.
You can have more than 2 bags.
You can have more than 2 bags. There's just a lot of things going for it. Like the seats on Amtrak, like the regular train, are as nice as every first class seat on American.
That's true.
Like they are. It's crazy. And flying is so bad. Like if I were in charge of the country, my first move would be like, congrats to America, we have rapid trains. Because I'm like, how come I can't take the train to Chicago? How come it takes 16 hours? That doesn't make any sense.
I agree.
You know what? For that matter, why can't I take a ship across the ocean?
Lindy, you can, because I looked this up at one point because I was like, how long does it take if you get on a ship to go to France? And the answer is like 5 days.
That's not bad. Oh my God.
That's
not bad at all. Okay.
And I think some of the ships have casinos on them. Ooh. So
okay, now we're cooking.
We'll look into it later.
Okay. Well, Lindy famously did a cross-country journey. Actually, it was that same trip.
It was that same trip,
Came back from New York, and then when she left DC, she took a train from here. Where did you go first?
Well,
Chicago?
That trip was like right after like 9 planes had exploded. And so I was like, I don't want to do that. And so I think I flew there, but I took the train all the way home.
Yeah, you did, because I saw you right before that because we did my book event in Seattle.
Right.
And we had a very difficult conversation for me where you were like, flying's so bad. I'm going to take the train back from New York. And I was like, cool, I have to be on 10 planes in the next 2 weeks.
I know.
Pray for me.
I'm really sorry that I did that to you. That was
it's okay. I forgive you.
Very thoughtless of me, but
never before have I wanted there to be a more functioning train system in this country than the last, 7 months of the Trump administration, where everything is just like YOLO. So there's that really bad crash outside of DCA, a military helicopter crash with an American Airlines flight. I fly out of DCA almost exclusively.
Yeah.
And I was like, and basically there's no solution to this problem of like military helicopters have to fly through the district and they have to fly past DCA. No one has offered a solution. Believe it or not, former real world participant / transportation secretary / acting NASA administrator Sean Duffy has not offered a solution to this problem. So it's like, well, what am I supposed to do? Just be like, oh, I hope I make it.
Because my uncle is a pilot, I will now do facts for 1 second, which is that it is still safer to fly than to take cars in general.
Yes,
it is very rare for a plane to crash and people to get hurt. However, the act of flying also fucking sucks.
Yes.
So it's like, why would I fly, which is now worse than the bus somehow? Like, it's a miserable experience. And maybe the plane will crash, right? Like, it's like if it was old school plane where I was like being given a martini and things were carpeted and people were in outfits.
The seats were like twice the size of my butt. It's cozy.
Then maybe I'm okay with death. Yeah. Maybe that's fine. I'm not going to my death for an Airbus where like people are farting. That's awful. No.
So you texted me and you asked how my cross-country train trip went. I already told you about this, but I did get food poisoning and I did have diarrhea and I vomited so hard that I shit my pants in my little sleeper car that I paid $1,000 for or whatever. And I did not fit in the bathroom. My ass did touch both sides of the room.
That's what you want.
That's what you requested.
Yes. So I did have to take a shower every time I had diarrhea because I didn't feel confident in my situation. And I say all of that to make this point.
I didn't feel confident in my situation.
I say all of that to make the point that experience I still retained more dignity than when I fly on a plane. I vastly preferred it. First class is okay. But I rarely fly first class.
Yeah.
Like a normal person.
Who's flying first class? Only if someone else is paying for it.
Yeah.
Exactly. But mostly, of course, I fly coach. And it's not okay.
No.
It's not. I would rather be trapped again in the train shower, hurtling across Montana at 4 a.m. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would prefer it.
I feel like I have like safety concerns, like specifically around DCA. I've become so desperate. I now fly out of Dulles only.
Yeah. Wow.
I know.
That is a real sacrifice.
That's what they say. But I just feel like something alters people's brain chemistry on airplanes. Like people just go psycho about it. It's like something about the fart tube makes people go insane. Like last time I flew out to Seattle, some lady got in my face because she felt like, so I had to put my suitcase 2 rows behind me, and then I was moving back to my seat, and I said, "Oh, excuse me," and she got really mad. She felt like I was moving too fast back to my seat, and I was like, "I'm just trying to get to my seat," and she's like, "You need to wait." Yeah, and she was like, "You need to wait. You need to wait. Don't you see us all here?" And I was like, "I don't understand what this energy is," and she's like, "I'm not giving you any energy," and I was like, "You're giving me all of the energy."
Which this is also the problem, is it's because people are paying so much.
Yeah.
You're paying $600 to be on the fart tube that might kill you. So like your fuse is gone.
It's already gone. Everyone's already at level 10 or like 9.9. So it's just like the single thing gets them to level 10.
I don't know how flight attendants aren't doing murders like daily.
I know.
Every time I'm on a plane, I'm like, do you want me to fight him? Because I will.
I happily will kick this man's ass on your behalf. Speaking of God's strongest warriors, I really do think that's true for flight attendants, because you have all the normal bad customer service behavior that you get from people, and you're in the skies, so it's scarier. And also, it's just like everyone is mad. Every single person is pissed off and just wants to fight. But like, 'cause I feel like I've been getting served a lot. My algorithm's been giving me a lot of airport crash out videos, if you will. And a lot of airplane crash out videos, people getting duct taped to seats because they're acting so poorly. And I'm like,
I would love to do that. I would love to.
There's a part of me that's like, oh, those
seat.
poor flight attendants. And then there's a part of me that's like, oh, Lord, let me be the duct tape helper one day. I want to be a part of it.
What I like the most, I've been on so many planes this year that I've been thinking a lot about it, but what I like the most is it's like, we back here are in hell, right? Like everyone in coach is in hell. Even the people in first class are kind of in hell. The flight attendants are in like the top level of hell. The pilots are like kind of in bliss. So like you get off the plane and the pilots are all like, hope you had a good time. And you're like, where the fuck have you been?
Gucci angels, have a blessed day.
They get over the intercom. They're like, yeah, we're going to be flying into DCA. And you're like, what is going on?
They're so happy up there. They have no idea what's going on. They're just getting their little snackies delivered.
They're doing their little cloud peeping. They're having a great time.
They're literally like, no one's allowed to bother me. It's the law.
Federal law dictates I get to be in the VIP alone.
If you bother me, jail.
Prison, honey.
Sherry's room. Keep out. And then also a thing that I know, no offense to your dad, I'm sure this is not true.
No, my uncle.
Your uncle.
Please.
Seems like the plane does most of the work. And
then
the guys might as well be on Love Island. You know what I mean? They're in what's it called?
They're feeling some type of way about the plane technology.
What's the stupid empty dry hot tub called? They're up there in
what are you talking about?
They're up there in Soul Ties.
Not empty dry hot tub.
They're up there in Soul Ties, having the time of their lives. So I think that all of us, look, we got to keep flying, unfortunately. For now. But I am going to take a ship to France, and that's the Lindy West guarantee.
Okay, well, Kelsey, keep us posted about your upcoming cross-country journey on a train.
I will.
Love to know more. Definitely bring some Imodium, sounds like.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring all my own food. Do they have a fridge in the thing?
Nope.
No fridge.
Nope.
Damn
but
it.
I can tell you,
Cheez-Its for dinner every day. Yay! Graham cracker breakfast.
Speaking of scurvy.
speaking of the new Gen Z finger heart, don't eat the shrimp on the train.
Okay,
That's maybe what did it.
yeah.
That's
I
my
will
number
say
one
that
rep.
you told me that you got food poisoning, and then you sent me a picture that was shrimp and some kind of bald vegetable, and I was like, I completely understand how you got food poisoning. Why
Yes.
did you eat this?
Makes a lot of sense.
It's so funny because it seems like the obvious punchline to say that it was the shrimp. I did eat a shrimp on a train, but you know when your body speaks to you in a clear language, and
Yes.
I just when I was eating that meal, they had these carrots that had been carved into perfect spheres, and when I ate that carrot, my body said, I don't think that's right, and actually. I could be convicted, I think, of slandering that shrimp because it's not true that the shrimp poisoned me. I think it was the carrot
ball.
Because I'm from garbage land and am garbage, I'm always saying, you know what doesn't hurt me? Taco Bell. You know what has hurt me in the past? Salads.
Yes.
Yeah.
Consistently, salads are hurting me.
Yeah.
Cheez-Its are never hurting me.
I have a very
They're made with
specific
science.
understanding of how Taco Bell will hurt me if it does. Vegetables
Not food
kind of
poisoning.
like trick you into like they lull you into a false sense of security because you're like, oh,
Yeah.
that's healthy, and then they get you. Yeah.
Worst food poisoning I ever had? I think just circumstances alone, it has to be the train. Second worst was in Mexico. I ate a rancid steak that so now my point is ruined because I forgot about the steak. But the third worst food poisoning I ever had was a frickin' Taco Del Mar fish burrito. Not from the fish. It was the cabbage.
Yeah, it's the lettuce.
Yeah.
It
Lettuce
got
is an
me.
enemy.
That's why they're always talking about listeria in the lettuce industry.
I know. That's why I'm against lettuce. Not because I have garbage taste. It's because it will hurt me.
That's why I had a graham cracker for breakfast.
You were doing self-protection.
And on that note, which is the note of diarrhea, we're going to take a quick break. And then when we come back, we are going to play a Text Me Back Beloved game. That's right. It's FMK Plus with our dear friend, Kelsey McKinney. BRB.
We forgot to ever take a break before in the first 56 minutes.
It doesn't matter.
Oops.
I don't think that people are really buying that many ads on our show.
Do we
anyway,
really
so
even
it's
have
okay.
ads?
Can't you just cut an ad break in the middle of something I'm saying? That's funny.
Yeah.
You're like, well, be like, that's enough. That's enough from her ad break.
Scared of becoming your parents? We're back now from potentially an ad break. I don't know. Let us know if you heard one. In the past, when we've had guests on, we have played a beloved game of FMK, the classic Fuck, Marry, Kill, except we like to add categories. It's usually been 9. The first time we did this, we did an extended FMK with the Fellowship from Fellowship of the Ring.
Of course.
Then when we did it the second time, we did it with the 9 Supreme Court justices. So just traditionally, it has stayed at 9.
9.
And I'd like to say that part of the reason is because much like Nick from Love Island, your classic FMK just doesn't last long enough.
Wow.
So true. It's
Dunk.
so true. Yeah. If it was just a regular FMK, the show would be over, and nobody
And that would be sad.
nobody wants that. Nobody except maybe Kelsey. I don't know.
No, I don't want that.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to play FMK. We have various categories, which I'm going to read. But the contestants, Kelsey, as you know, are beloved mascots of Philadelphia sports teams. However, one of the mascots is technically from a Philadelphia suburb, so we can fight about that.
Fighting.
When we get to it. Okay.
Okay.
The categories are as follows. Fuck. You know that one.
Ew.
Marry.
What?
Kill. Kelsey, come on, girl. You know that one.
I'm a virgin.
Hurt their feelings. Hurt their feelings, which is different than killing someone. And maybe more mean if you think about it.
It is meaner.
Freaky Friday mind swap.
Oh.
Do karaoke with and which song. Choose as your second in a post-championship street brawl. Give a boost up a grease pole, and their hair becomes your pubes. So it's a classic game of FMKHFDCGT.
I'm always saying
You're
that.
familiar.
But that's my
Yeah.
favorite game.
Many are saying it. And your contestants are the Philly fanatic. He's a baseball fanatic, and he is for the Phillies, which is a baseball
And he's
team.
from the Galapagos Islands.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We should
Historically.
get into your origin stories if you know. Okay. This is brand new information to me, but apparently the 76ers, the basketball team's mascot is Franklin the dog. It's a dog. Why? Why
The
is it?
76ers mascot is losing.
Yeah, like what the hell? Why isn't it like a man with a bell for a head?
Yeah,
I don't understand. That makes way more sense than a dog.
Not a bell head.
Anyway, then of course the king of Philadelphia, Gritty. He's a monster with a belly button who doesn't talk. He is with the Flyers, the hockey team. Swoop, not a very creative name. He's an eagle for the Eagles.
Okay, I'm sorry. That's a great name for an eagle.
Okay, we can talk about it.
Oh,
We can
wait,
talk about it.
never mind. Because I think I was thinking of swoosh, and I was thinking of basketball, and I think that there's nothing called a swoop in football, and I
Not that
regret
I know
regret
of.
interjecting. And I
That's okay. You're entitled to your feelings.
You
Lindy.
were
It's
thinking
all right.
about the hit song by Katy Perry, Swish, Swish, Bitch.
that's
That's
right.
what you were thinking
That's
about.
right.
You were in your witness era. Then we have Fang, spelled Phang, and I don't know what he is, a lizard dinosaur.
guess.
Who could say? And
Men's
he-
soccer is not my business.
Yeah,
so.
I don't even know they let men play soccer for me.
I know, it's upsetting. They shouldn't.
He is he's the mascot for the Philadelphia Union soccer team. Then we have
Fang is crazy.
It's
By the way,
PH also.
yeah.
PHA.
Phang.
Phang. Yeah.
We will put pictures of all of these guys on our Instagram because really all
You
of
gotta
them
see 'em.
must be seen to be believed. And then we have the controversial Will D. Cat. He's a cat, and he's the mascot for Villanova.
I
We
saw
have-
a picture of this guy. I didn't know who he was. He looks like if you got a Build-A-Bear in like 1999 and then left it in the rain.
I was going to
And
say,
then brought it back inside just now.
it melted in the dryer after your mom washed it.
Yeah.
We have, of course, Quaker, who's a human man in a trifold hat. He is the mascot for Penn. We have Hooter the Owl. He's an owl from Drexel. And my personal favorite, goddamn Mario the Magnificent, who is a dragon for Temple University. I have so many questions about Mario. I'm obsessed with him, and I want him to be our next guest on Text Me Back podcast. So with that, Kelsey, do you feel prepared to issue your definitive rankings?
I can begin and
Okay.
we'll see how it goes.
All right. Who would you like to fuck?
Gritty.
Absolutely.
I feel firmly about this, and I'm not open to discussion on it.
That's great. We
He
don't
can
need to
move his
discuss it.
hips really well.
Mhm.
His eyes go crazy, but that doesn't matter. You can keep your eyes closed. That's fine.
Sexual.
Yeah, the
And
belly
he's got
button
that-
is exciting.
I was going to say the belly button, I think, would be such a fun tactile
experience.
in
If he's
during the
open to
lovemaking.
it.
Yeah, if he
Mhm.
consents, of course.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Who would you like to marry?
I will be marrying the Philly fanatic
Mhm.
because I am a baseball fan. And
Yep.
so I see him all the time. And one thing that you may not know, well, several things you may not know about Philly fanatic. One, he is from the Galapagos Islands, which means that all his friends are also at the baseball stadium and they are called the Galapagos Gang and they inflate. And one of them eats people, which is exciting.
Yay!
So I'm like, you know what? Not a lot of people that you date have friends.
yeah.
So
that's
that is a
true.
good sign to me. He's very close with his mom, who comes on Mother's Day and
Yeah.
his birthday. He has a half brother who lives in Japan, which I think is exciting. What else do I know about the Fanatic? Oh, and the premier thing to me is that one of his favorite bits is to flash the opposing players, which I think could sustain a marriage.
I think so too. It keeps things exciting. Have you ever been eaten by one of his friends at a game? Oh, okay. Well,
but I would be up for it.
Yeah. Phillies organization, if you're listening, please.
Yeah, please allow me to be eaten by the lizard.
Please consume Kelsey McKinney.
You know those TikToks where it's like, oh, you mess with, you marry a single dad, you marry the whole team or whatever.
Yeah,
and then it's like the lady comes home crying and then the dad and all the kids have like baseball bats and they act like they're going to go beat up their dad's girlfriend's bully. I feel like that's like the Fanatic and the Galapagos gang and Kelsey.
Yeah. That'll be really cute. I would love to see that on the movie.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
I'm sure everyone knows the TikTok that I'm referring to.
No, yeah, absolutely. Do we know how he got from the Galapagos Islands to Philadelphia?
Was discovered there and brought
he was adopted
to Philadelphia. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's the woman who created him, if you believe that that's not his mother, also helped Jim Henson create a lot of the Muppets. So that's why he has a big backstory. There's a really good article in The Cut all about her and her influence on the Muppets that I really recommend.
I will link to that in the show notes.
Not to be a gold digger, but also like great financial security because I feel like baseball's not going anywhere. You know what I mean?
No. Also, the Fanatic is always holding a baby, which is hilarious. Like people are handing him their
actual real baby.
People are handing the Fanatic their like 2-month-old baby wearing its like noise canceling headphones. And then he's standing on the dugout holding a baby, which is hilarious because he's like 8 feet tall.
Yeah, but indicates trust. He's trustworthy.
He's trustworthy.
Yeah, I love that. I want to marry him too. That sounds nice. Yeah, totally.
Plus he's green. It's fun.
Yeah, plus what that nose do.
Oh, well, do you know about the tongue?
No.
So his nose comes out, right? And it's like a cone shaped, but then there's also a tongue that goes in and out from the cone. So it's important to think about that.
Like an aardvark. Is he an aardvark?
No, he's the Philly Fanatic.
Sorry, excuse me. That was so
fanatic.
Literally
Don't be
so
offensive.
And I'm so sorry.
I can't believe you would mock her culture like that.
I know.
Jeez.
I can't believe you would talk about my husband that way.
Oh my God.
Wow. The Text Me Back podcast canceled.
Galapagos gang is pounding on my door.
You're going to get consumed. And once I send you a picture after this, you're going to be scared.
I'm already scared and I don't even have the visual. All right. I think I have a guess, but who are we killing?
I want to kill that cat. I'm really afraid of him. And I don't like how he looks.
Okay, I'd like to say something. I included him because we needed 9, right? Mm-hmm. But here's what I would like to say. If I was doing an FMK with Seattle mascots and somebody came to me with like a Bellevue, which is like a sort of towny, fancy suburb of Seattle. I don't know what Villanova's whole deal is. I would be annoyed because I'd be like, that's not Seattle. And yet I have potentially offended you and your culture once again by bringing you a suburban
I'm mostly offended by his looks. Okay. If he was cute, I would accept him into my game, but instead he must die.
Yes.
Typical woman.
I know.
I know this is kind of a bonus question. You might not be prepared for this, but how would you like to end his life?
I would probably hit him really hard with the basketball because that's Villanova's thing, right? Yeah. I can just throw a basketball at him really hard.
He wouldn't expect it.
And the Fanatic is really good at throwing things and he has a hot dog gun. So maybe we could just
put
the
together.
Big basketball in there. Yeah. Lindy, I just remembered something about the Fanatic that you would also like to know, which is that he has an ATV.
Oh,
that he rides on the field really fast.
Oh my God.
And sometimes players try to steal his ATV.
I want to do that.
Well, I hope that much like Huda and Hannah, when Huda pulled Pepe for a chat,
she's so deep
that you and I can remain friends when I steal your husband. When I have an affair with.
I don't know that
your husband
Fanatic believes in monogamy. That would be really surprising to me.
You guys can be in a little polycule.
Yeah, we can be in a polycule. We can be sister wives with the Fanatic.
Great.
And his ATV is also a part of it. Yes.
I mostly just care about the ATV. So
she's just here for the ATV.
Please don't touch me otherwise. Okay, which one's feelings would you like to hurt?
I'm going to be hurting Swoop's feelings.
Yes.
And I have a reason for this.
Okay.
While go Birds, I love the Philadelphia Eagles and my king, Jalen Hurts. One time,
so handsome.
my friend went to a party at the Philadelphia Museum of Art. And Swoop, we think, was trying to indicate that he liked her dress, but he made like what I would call like a hand motion indicating the shape of her body and then gave her a thumbs up, which I think is fucked up.
Oh.
So I think he sexually harassed my friend and I will tackle him.
Yes, I think that will hurt his feelings really bad because I bet he thinks he's really good at football. Yeah.
Can I clarify that earlier when I thought that Swoop was a good name, and then I said I got it mixed up with swoosh, but what I meant was swish.
I knew what you meant. Don't worry.
Swoosh is the Nike thing. Swish is
basketball.
Basketball when it's nothing but net. Okay.
Swish, swish, bitch.
She did it.
As Katy Perry once said.
Lindy has a doctorate.
Yep.
Anyway.
Dr. Lindy.
Who would you like to do karaoke with and which song?
Oh, it's getting hard because these other ones I don't know as well.
Yeah.
But I think it could be fun to take the Quaker up there and do like a Nicki Minaj song.
Yes.
Like really make him do the monster verse. Yeah. I think that could be fun for me.
That's what a motherfucking monster do.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. I love that. That's really good.
Thank you.
Choose as your second in a post-championship street brawl.
Okay. Is Mario the Magnificent an actual character or is he a statue?
He's a character.
There is a guy in a suit.
Okay, I'm seeing him. He's got wings.
Yep.
He's purple.
Yeah.
And he has teeth, which is kind of surprising. I'll take him. Yeah, he seems like he's strong. The suit he's wearing has muscles. So
and he can
I think
apparently fly, which could be good in a fight, you know?
Yeah. He can swoop down and pick up our enemies and hold them there, and then I can punch him.
Exactly.
I think that'll be good teamwork.
Do you think he can breathe fire?
I hope so. That would be really beneficial. But then maybe we might get in trouble for arson.
Also, I think the goal in a celebratory street brawl is not to kill.
No,
no, it's
to come out with a battle wound.
I was going to say, I think it is to start fires, though. So
it is that
could be helpful.
Lighting a bus on fire is celebrating. Yeah, if you think about it,
it's a beloved Philly tradition. That's what as I understand it. Okay. Sort of relatedly, give a boost up a greased pole, because your mayor do love to grease the poles after a sporting event.
One thing that I think is important to know about so I'm a Philadelphia transplant, so I had to learn a lot of Philadelphia history when I arrived.
Yeah.
One of the first things I learned is that, they do grease the poles whenever like the Eagles are going to win the Super Bowl or the Phillies are in the World Series, right? They grease all the poles on the main street so that people won't climb up them. Something that people who don't live in Philadelphia don't know is that we also have the largest operating street market in the country. And that is the Italian market. And there's like a cheese store and a meat store. You guys would love it. There's like an olive oil store. It's thrilling. When the Italian market celebrates its birthday every year, they have a pole that they grease and put treats at the top of.
Oh,
and it's a game. People train to climb the pole. So it's like kind of funny that the city is like, we're greasing the poles so you can't climb up them. And Philadelphians are like, we literally train for this. We have a practice in June. Like, we don't know what you're talking about.
How
like,
do you think I spent the off season training for this moment?
It's like twice as high as the ones on Broad Street. So it's like, who do you think you're playing with? Just stop greasing them.
Philadelphia is the most magical place on earth.
It is. It's the center of the universe.
Wow.
I really recommend visiting. Imagine if you had hopped off.
Imagine if we had hopped off, bitch. Oh my God, my whole life would be different, I think.
I know.
And finally, I knew that we would end up in this place. Their hair becomes your pubes.
Yeah. I specifically saved Hooter the Owl for this because I saw a picture of Hooter the Owl and they have like spiky red hair, which I think is kind of scary and also exciting.
You know what I just realized? I skipped a category because I was thinking, oh, their hair becomes your pubes will be Fang because his hair is so terrible.
I
accidentally skipped Freaky Friday Mind Swap.
Oh.
So if you'd like to reassess any of your picks, we can give you a double.
Ooh,
unless you would like to swap minds with Fang. I apologize. This is an administrative error that I regret.
You're in trouble.
Yeah.
I think maybe I will swap minds with Fang.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not afraid of him.
Yeah. I want to know what's going on in there.
And like, if you switched minds with Gritty, I think that would be really stressful.
Yes.
because I think most of his thoughts are just like yelling.
Yeah.
All caps in there. Yeah.
The human mind would instantly go mad.
Yeah.
You know?
You would never come back.
No one is
You would
strong
never
enough
come back.
They put you in a straitjacket.
Yeah. Well, thank you for issuing your definitive rankings. I think the whole city will agree with you.
Thank you. I hope that you enjoyed learning all of these facts about
did.
mostly the fanatic.
Honestly, I kind of regret not just doing a segment about the fanatic because I want to know more.
I know.
That was just an amuse-bouche.
Come visit.
Yeah.
The next time the fanatic is in the news, will you come on and talk about it?
Absolutely.
Thank
He's
you.
bound to do it again. Recently, he was in the news because he did a little bit about the Coldplay thing where he had a fake girlfriend that he stood behind and seemed embarrassed. I'll send it to you. You'll like it.
I love him. He's the best.
As his wife, were you upset?
No, I was thrilled for him.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Oh, that's right. Because you're non-monog.
We're ethically in E&M relationship. Me and the fanatic.
We're open.
We're open. Mm-hmm.
Well,
Kelsey McKinney, our beloved best friend.
Oh my God. Breast friend.
Breast
friends.
Casey, our breast friend. Thank you so much for being on the Text Me Back podcast. We appreciate it.
Thank you both
so
for
much.
having me. This was so fun. I wish I could stay 100 more years.
Please come back
Us too.
anytime.
I would love to get my fix in.
Oh my God, please.
What of yours shall people buy or go see you in?
You can buy my book, which is called You Didn't Hear This From Me. It's
So
available everywhere books are sold. Otherwise, you can see me at the Philly Stadium where I'm eating hot dogs until hopefully late October.
And hopefully getting consumed by one of your husband's friends. I would love to see that on the
It's every
Jumbotron.
girl's dream.
Maybe for your anniversary, the Fanatic can work that out.
Yeah,
And you know what? Very poly-coded.
Wow. If you think about it, so true.
So true, bestie. Thanks, Kelsey. We
Thank
love
you.
you.
We love you. Oh,
Come back soon,
You guys.
Well, Lindy,
Meagan.
you proud of yourself? You managed to bring up diarrhea for the second week in a row?
Question mark? Meagan,
I don't think it's in a row. I think technically the way that they're hearing the episodes, there was a 1 week break from hearing about your diarrhea. So,
you know what's crazy, Meagan, is I'm not even that big of a diarrhea lady.
enthusiast.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
It's just like not that big a part of my life.
You're not a frequent diarrhea haver.
No, I'm pretty robust. I'm not a headache girly nor a tummy ache girly, really.
Oh, I'm a big time headache girly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think my guts are pretty typical.
But that said, Meagan, diarrhea is a part of life, and I will
Sure.
not censor myself.
That's what they're saying about Text Me Back podcast is that they talk about the ups and downs of life.
Yep.
And that they don't censor themselves.
To our detriment.
By the way, the reason Kelsey McKinney agreed to be on the show is because we offered to pay her $8,000 to come on and talk about the ups and downs of life.
And we told her Shannon Sharp would be here.
We did tell her it was Club Shay Shay. So I think that's why she came. Anyway, we're very excited for you all to see images of some of these mascots. When I tell you that Fang is the worst looking guy,
I'm obsessed with Fang.
Will D. Cat's got to be worse than Fang. But Fang has like a metal spiked mohawk that really has to be seen to be believed.
Fang is juggalesque.
Is he a snake?
He's a snake with arms and legs, Meagan, and a mohawk.
Christ. Oh my God.
Yeah, and he was
I
found
thought maybe dinosaur.
He was found under a rock at the gathering of the Juggalos. And then he moved to Philadelphia.
And look at him now.
Start a new life. And
America is the only country that allows for that kind of upward mobility. You know,
that's right. Upward slither.
Upper slitherity. Well, that's our program. You know what I realized? We were plugging Kelsey's book, which you should buy or borrow from the library or whatever. Listen to audiobook style on that audiobook shit. Do you know what we have never done on Text Me Back podcast?
What, Megan?
Promoted your book, Lindy West. Which is currently available for pre-order. So please go pre-order it.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Megan.
You're welcome.
Okay. So if you like reading and you like me, I have written my 4th book. It's called Adult Braces. And it's about a road trip that I took from Seattle to Florida and back in 2021. And it's about the ups and downs of life. And it's very funny and has lots of big feelings in it. And one of my only regrets is that, you know, who's not in it? Megs, because I didn't go to DC on my road trip, which
well, that's okay. Because I'm in Shrill and I'm very happy with my star turn in Shrill. So I'm okay with that.
And just FYI, actually, I think I am going to write an epilogue because I'm doing my last draft. No, because I think I'm going to write an epilogue because it's weird to release a book in 2026 about stuff that happened in 2021 and then just be like, and that's my life.
And that's what happened.
Because it's now been 5 years. So I think you might be making a little appearance in the epilogue.
It's not totally necessary, but I do, as a benevolent narcissist, love to read about myself.
Yeah.
You know. So.
Well, this podcast, not to be sappy, but this podcast has been very, very special and important and healing for me.
Yeah, me too. Well, you know, when Kelsey was talking about what she missed about having a podcast and being on a podcast, like that is 1,000% the reason why I love making this podcast. It's just like, just gabbing. Two girls gabbing, and it just yapping away. And it's such a delight, and it's so healing because, and again, not to be too serious, but again, that continues to be my favorite thing I hear about our show is that everything is a demonic, burnt wasteland. And this podcast makes people feel better. And so, and it makes me feel better too.
Me too. And we never got to gab this much before we had a podcast. And
no, definitely not.
I don't think anyone does. Like, it's like,
it's very unique.
It's a level of gabbing that you only do with your coworkers who are people you don't choose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They're thrust into your life and you just kind of hope for the best.
And you have to see them every day and talk to them for 8 to 9 hours, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So if that sounds like something that you like, because you're here listening to the show, consider going to patreon.com/textmebackpod to support it. We love it. We love making it. We want to keep making it forever, especially as things get worse and worse. You know.
Pre-order my book, please. Also.
Oh yeah, pre-order Lindy's book. I mean, there's just very little that you can do about like these global issues, except like remaining hearty and happy to the extent that you can is actually anti-fascist. So, and I'm not even joking.
Yeah.
So pre-order Adult Braces immediately or face punishment from the Text Me Back Podcast Council.
But in an anti-fascist way.
It's called laughing. I guess laughing is the punishment.
Yeah. And subscribe to Text Me Back Podcast as well. And we love you so much. And how great is Kelsey, folks? Finger claps.
Hey, keep it going for Kelsey McKinney.
I'm crashing out over how great that interview was.
Don't PMO FR.
It's some goodbye type shit.
I'm on that mwah type shit. Bye, bitch.